Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Next Goal Wins. My voice is hoarse for one reason. Leicester, an amazing comeback. We've just beaten Aston Villa 3-2 at home, 2-0 down, 72 minutes on the clock. Amazingly, we've come back and won 3-2. I mean, I really don't know how it's happened. We went 2-0 down, I was despondent, the crowd was despondent, but we did believe that once we got that first one, we could go on and accomplish something, and that was the case. I mean, it was one of the best games that I've seen in a long time for Leicester. Obviously, the Man United game, but this one was so special. To be 2-0 down with 18 to go, and to be playing so poorly and come back and win it was just fantastic. I'm still in shock and just joy and happiness of the fact that we won the game. So what happened then? First half we were absolutely dreadful. Inler was giving the ball away, Mahrez was sloppy, and the defence seemed to know what he was doing. The Villa defence, our defence looked poor, Hoof gave a few away, Delat looked poor going forward, and defensively that left wing was a real problem for us. Grealish was getting in behind, and Malvi was getting him down that wing, and Delat was not covering him, and Mahrez wasn't tracking, and it really wasn't working. And they had a few chances. Grealish one came inside and had a shot, and the goalkeeper saved it, and later on the goal came. Grealish, 39 minutes, ball kind of comes in across, a lot of action in the penalty area. Eventually the ball falls to Grealish on the end, runs at it, curls it beautifully into the far corner, 1-0 Villa. He runs off to Sherwood to celebrate like his dad at a Sunday League game, jumping into his arms. Don't know what's going on there. Sherwood might have to get looked into, investigated for that, the little bear jump, but you know. Villa was stronger in that first half, far stronger than we were, and they really showed it with that dominant first half performance. That they went 1-0 in at half time thanks to the Grealish goal, and we looked so deflated and depleted. Our players looked tired and leggy, and no one could understand why. Yes, the international break, but that shouldn't have taken this much out of us. So what happened in the second half? The second half was an amazing half. Obviously, it didn't start too well. We did get back into the game more though. I came on at half time for Okazaki. Okazaki made no real impact on the game. His touch was quite poor today, giving it away. And Dyer made an instant impact. He looked comfortable on the ball, and his pace is a massive threat, as I said when we signed him. But anyway, he came on. We started to get into the game a bit more, had a few chances. But then the ball breaks at the other end. Mahrez loses it in possession, really poorly for him. Shouldn't be losing the ball like he did. Lose it in possession. The ball's played out wide. I think it's Grealish. Eventually pulls it back on the edge to Charles Gill. He curls it beautifully, first time finish again, left foot past Schmeichel. Schmeichel really had not much to do in the game, but let 2 goals in. It was a really funny turn of events, and we're 2-0 down, fans unhappy, and you're thinking, here it is then, 8 points, too good of a start. We're going to be on 8 points like we were exact time last season, and it's not going to be the best of starts to the season from what could have been really promising. We're going to go for a loss at home, and it'll kind of put the dampeners on it for all the fans, but they were still dominating the game. We were getting into it a lot more, like I said, but weren't creating massive chances, and the quality was still poor. And Kante came on, and so did Ulloa. They came on for Albrighton and Inler, and that really changed the game. Ulloa didn't do much, but he was there. But Kante changed the game. Kante is an absolute whirlwind player. He's everywhere. Everywhere you look left, you look right, it's Kante. You look forward, you look up, you look down, it's Kante. He is everywhere. And he wins the ball back every single time. He's like the Tasmanian devil, sprinting round, hurrying in circles round, and wins the ball back and plays the nice, simple ball, doesn't give it away. And that caused Villa such massive problems because they kept giving the ball away. Eventually, the ball comes down the left-hand side. The ball goes out for a corner. Mahrez goes over to take it, whipped in, near post, Delat, flick on, loops over Guzan, and someone clears off a line of one of the Villa players. And all of us looking around thinking, I must have crossed the line. They play on for 2-3 seconds, and eventually the linesman puts his flag up. The linesman was shocking, really, the whole game until that. Puts his line up, gives the goal, obviously goal line technology, and gives the goal in a massive moment. The crowd goes wild. We really think we can get back into this now. Villa look worried at this point. We have them on the ropes, and we know what we can do when we're on top. Mahrez started coming into the game more. He started looking like the player we know he can be. Schlupp started looking brilliant. He was completely despondent and boring and rubbish in that first half. He created nothing and looked so sloppy. He was a few seconds behind with everything he did, but the second half he turned into the player we know he is. The pace, the absolute agility and strength to get down that line was key to us in the second half. But anyway, we started to come back more and more into the game. Mahrez, like I said, was playing better. He picks the ball up, 82nd minute now, picks the ball up, turns the defender lovely, with kind of a fake shot like he's obviously trademarked for. Plays Drinkwater with a lovely ball behind. Drinkwater, all he has to do is square it to Vardy. How many times have we seen this as Leicester fans? A rubbish final ball. But no, Drinkwater, who was outstanding the whole game. A lovely ball across the face of a goal. Vardy sliding in, and a lovely finish. AK, it was similar, to his goal against Tottenham last season, was slide-in finish, and he slid in, poked it past, and the emotion he showed as he ran towards the corner, and from all of us fans that we'd done it, and back to 2-all, and the security guard picture, and obviously video that's trending on Twitter, and been massive on Twitter, of a security guard going mental is really great to see. The whole club's motivated by it. And then at this point you're thinking, come on, can we get this winner? You were unbelievably happy to even get the draw from where we were from. But then 88 minutes, the ball played to Mahrez, clock ticks over to 89 minutes. Mahrez about 40 yards out, goes onto his favoured left foot, spots Dyer, the smallest man on the pitch, dinks it over. Miko Richards one way, Guzan the other, the little man in the middle on his debut on loan. People say loan players don't care when they go to clubs, but Nathan Dyer does, and we have to say that from this goal. He puts his head on the line like that, closes his eyes, heads it, comes off Guzan, the ball spinning round. Ujo was running after you, thinking, oh God, please go in. Hits the back of the net. Jubilation from the fans for 30 seconds, and then suddenly you see Dyer on the floor in a heap, and it was a weird situation when we scored the winner, because it was, jubilation and massive enthusiasm, but at the same time it was like, oh, have we scored? No one really knew, because Dyer was down. It was only the Aston Villa players walking back to the centre circle that showed it, but then Dyer got up, he was okay, and got an absolute hero's applause when he stood up and had realised he'd scored the goal. And 3-2, and then we played the ball in the corner really nicely for the last few minutes, until right at the end when they looked dangerous again. Ball, 95th minute, came in the box for Villa. They won a corner, but the referee blew his whistle before that corner could be taken, and the fan, the atmosphere was incredible today, and at that final whistle the atmosphere was amazing. But what a place to be it was today in that 3-2. It will go down in history, this game, as one of the ones to sing, and the "You're Not Singing Anymore" to the Aston Villa fans is the biggest rendition of that I've ever heard in my life, or ever come across in my life, and it was just a wonderful atmosphere to be in, one that everyone will want to watch back on Match of the Day over and over again. And Dyer to do that and become an instant hero on his debut is just massive for him, one, and also massive for the club to show that we've got a player who can make an impact on games. Let's talk about player ratings, and you can see him at the bottom of the screen now. So I've gone for Schmeichel 6, because he didn't really have a lot to do apart from the goals that he couldn't really save. Delat I've gone for a 6 because obviously he scored, but he looked really, really ropey in that first half. Morgan, I was surprised like me, I've gone for a 9. I thought Wesley was amazing today. He was outstanding, his last-ditch tackles, he looked comfortable on the ball going forward, he was absolutely top of his class today. I know there's a lot of Morgan haters out there, and I don't understand it, because he's a wonderful player when he plays like this. He was great today, some last-ditch tackles, Bobby Moore-esque, he was brilliant today. Hoof I'm going to give a 6 to, because Hoof made a few errors in the first half that were quite sloppy and didn't have as much impact on the game as Wes did. Schlupp I'm going to give 6, which balances out from a 3 in the first half to an 8 in the second half. I'm going to give him a 6. He was awful in the first half, but the second half made a real difference. And then Mahrez I'm going to give a 7 to. Mahrez was brilliant near the end of the game when we needed him. He showed us the Riyadh that we all know and love at the end of that game. So I'm going to give him a 7. Even though he was poor and a bit flaky in the first half, what he showed us in that second half, and what people will see neutrals is, you see neutrals talking about him on Twitter, and I was thinking, he's not even at his best in this game and they're raving about him. You should have seen him against Sunderland. But yeah, that's my rating for Riyadh. Danny Drinkwater, man of the match, 9 for me. Drinkwater was brilliant in that middle of the park. Everyone talking about Kante and Inler has to come in. And Drinkwater sent a message out today to Ranieri saying, look, I'm here. This is my best performance I've played in a Leicester shirt for me. He was brilliant today. So a 9 for him. Inler alongside him, I'm going to give a 6 to. His passing was very, very erratic in the first half, but he won the ball back well. Albrighton, I'm going to give a 5 to. He didn't really make an impact on the game. Albrighton, his crossing for the first chance for Morgan, which he headed over, was good, but I can't give him any more than that. Okazaki, same 5, didn't make an impact on the game. Vardy, I'm going to give a 7 because he works his socks off. We all know that. Everyone knows he works his socks off, but no matter how many times people criticise him from big teams, for us he's brilliant, and he scored the crucial second goal like he did the crucial goal against Man United last season. He's always involved, and 3 goals for the season now for him is a great start to the season for him. And then the subs, where it really counts. Dyer, an 8, I thought he was brilliant when he came on. Kante, a 9. 9, he was everywhere, he wins the ball back, and he's got to start the next game for me. Even if that means Inler misses out, Kante has to play. It was wonderful when he came on today. And then finally, substitution. I'm going to give Ujo a 6 because did nothing really to impact the game. But Villa fans must be absolutely sick with this result. To be 2-0 up and to let it slip through their hands, they must be absolutely sick. Doesn't that make us feel great, eh? That wry smile when every Villa fan's moaning is absolutely brilliant. They're so vocal on Twitter. It is great to beat them and great to beat them. I'm sure there are a lot of them who are lovely people, but it is lovely to beat them. And how we beat them today, it'll never get better than that. It'll never get better than that to beat a team from 2-0 down when you just don't expect it. And there were a few people Ranieri has to be proud of. I think we have to talk about Ranieri quickly at the end of this video. Ranieri's decisions tactically and substitutionally were brilliant. So he made everything right. He changed the game when it needed to be changed, and we came out on top. We're at 11 points now, second in the table. It took us till Boxing Day last year to get to 10 points. So what a brilliant start it is for us. We sit second in the table after 5 games. Who would have thought it? We're 7 points clear of the champions. It's Leicester City. I'll see you in the next one. Please leave your comments down below. Please like the video as always and subscribe to me. I'll see you in the next one.